Well, hi, I'm Jason Goldsworthy, and not only a medium, I'm a teacher of mediumship, and I teach mediumship and give readings, well, these days worldwide. I'm well traveled. I've been to Finland, to Canada, to Sweden, to different places with my mediumship, England, Wales, you name it. There's so many different places I've been. And this all started off with me as being a hobby, and I just felt I had to follow my soul's calling to discover what this hobby was. Why was I so sensitive, and why did I have all these gifts?
Mhm.
And it got turned all around into becoming my full-time work, and now I'm just a full-time teacher of mediumship, which you've seen my YouTube channel.
Yes, yes.
That's my gift to the world, so that they can have answers to real questions. But also, I have my own website where people can learn from me if they'd like to. And yeah, I'm just achieved for the Spiritualist National Union not only the certificate in speaking and demonstrating, but I've also achieved that in teaching. So I have some qualifications behind me as well.
Yes.
How do I deal with my sensitivity? Well, for you guys, I'm my own coach. I'm my own psychiatrist. I coach myself. I take care of myself, and it's knowing your sensitivity. So I know exactly what works for me and what doesn't work for me. So
Mhm.
if I immerse myself into crowds for a long period of time, I know I'm going to get overwhelmed. So
Yeah.
I need to plan in those moments of retreat, meditation, and coming back to self. Because being a highly empathic and sensitive, I can pick up the emotions from everybody.
Right.
So it's not only one person, it would be the group. So anyone's grief will feel as my own grief, anyone's sensitivity will feel as mine. So it's really good to come back and say, okay, who am I? And I do that quite regularly after I've given a reading. I'll come back and say, okay, that I've given that reading now. I felt the spirit world. I felt the person I'm working with. How do I feel? And really realign myself with the core essence of my own spirit and soul. And then I'll notice, okay, I'm still the vibrant self that I always am.
Yes. Yes.
So that's a good question. The platform readings I've done in different countries, and sometimes they've even spoken different languages, and it's really is I really enjoy doing it. It's something I love to do, but it's being at one with your own power to start with. So when I talk about the power, that's the emanation of your own soul and spirit, and it's your aura. That's your space. So my awareness will only be in this space when I'm working with spirit. So the audience will be there, but I will still only be here. So I've learned to do that over the years. When I first started out, it was like, oh, I would feel overwhelmed by the emotions of people, but then I've learned to harness the energy and power and just stay on the stage with on the platform with my own energy and power. And so when I'm working with the spirit world, they give us information. You know, when you do private readings, if anyone's been doing any circle work or anything like that, you're going to get some sort of information. And normally, one of the things people say is, "Can you take this?" or "Can you do you resonate with this?" or "Do you understand
Or do
this?"
you understand this? Yes, yes.
All these things.
Yeah.
Well, from the platform, what the way I've been taught within the Spiritualist National Union, and also in the way of receiving evidence, is to get as really concrete evidence as you can get. So if you're going to get a male, you're not going to say I've got a male figure here. You're going to say the relationships. You say I've got father here, and then you probably go to, okay, I know he must have had a connection to the army, and then you'll be going forward to say, okay, I feel that was in his younger years, but I feel also an engineering side with him as well. So in that way, you start off your contact, and then you may get around to, oh, and I feel that he passed as I'm feeling around the heart area. So it would have been a heart problem that took him to the spirit world. And then you'd say, who would understand this? Or you may even feel where you're going.
Yeah.
But because you're giving such specific evidence, out of 100 people, there should only be one person that understands it. If there's two, then you can work with the two. And you can say, okay, so you can take all of it, yes. So you can take all of it, yes. And then you say, okay, one bit more. I know he left a watch behind. It looks like a silver watch. Would you understand that? And the person says yes. I said, okay, then I'm working with you. And that's how you work. That's how you would work it, just working with the evidence of the mediumship. But there's also another way. You may get farther. And you may get, I get farther. He's showing me that he worked with mechanics. But then suddenly you feel the energy flowing through you, and I feel that I'm being drawn to the back of the hall, and I need to come to you. And I feel that, would you understand Father being in the spirit world just there at the back? Yes, you would. And you just point to them with the energy where the spirit's taken you. So that's the two ways. One of them is called the throwing out way. That's just let the evidence find the recipient. And the other way is going direct. So it's letting the spirit world guide you to the person within that hall. Again, it's multitasking, because you're working with your sensitivity, you're working with the spirit world's sensitive emotions, but you're also working with the recipient's emotions as well. So the moment you say, okay, the message has come, you say thank you, and then you let it go, and then you make another link, then you get another contact. So it's like, it's if someone does private readings all day, when you've done about 20 of these contacts in an evening, this is like, you know, this is the energy.
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. And that is where your experience and training, you know, comes in, to be able to, hoping, you know, 20 years from now that I have that sense as well to do that. But, you know,
when there is more of a need in this world, then there's more of a need for the spirit world to connect. So you'll find that the spirit world will connect a lot stronger and a lot more intelligently than they would like 2 years ago, because there is so much of a need in this world with the sitters. So a sitter will come, and the spirit world will answer their questions, will give them the messages of encouragement, and that can become a lot stronger. I feel that a lot of it has changed in the way mediumship has changed, that the clairsentience, so how the spirit world feels, tends to flow through me when I'm working, so that the spirit person, or the person on the end of the Zoom call, can feel their loved one's energy here in the Zoom room, right, across the country. And that's the way that it's changed. And I just feel it's like we used to have 3D. I think now we've got a 5D mediumship going on here. So it's like it's stepped up a level, so that loved ones can connect to their loved ones here on Earth, but give them the feeling of their presence as well. So that's how mediumship has changed. And I have noticed the evidence has got more, and also the messages have been a lot stronger and more flowing, coming from spirit, because people need to hear their messages from spirit. And that's wherever the need, when we go, what I have done is what I would call, you sensitize and then you desensitize.
yes.
So basically, if you imagine your aura being out here and being sensitive, it's going to pick up more information. But if you say, I would like just to come in now, just come home now, get into this space where I am, then your aura will react to it automatically, and your chakras will align automatically as well. So you're not closing. All you're doing is bringing your awareness back to the center and power of who you are. So then you're here. So yeah, I've never closed my chakras. I've never seen the need for it. All I know is with chakras, like I said, they'll open naturally when you walk in nature, and they'll get bigger and they'll get into alignment. But when you're in crowded spaces, your aura naturally gets smaller and naturally becomes more closer to itself. So in that way, you're adjusting your colors of your aura, the way your aura is, and your chakras, without even having to do anything. Okay, so yeah, Donna was asking, what did I do that changed in myself? I changed my routine. So I changed not only the routine, the way I live. I get up earlier, I do everything. I got a routine of sitting in the power every day, doing my fitness every day, changing myself. Basically, I shifted myself into into gear. Let's put it that way. You can see that on my YouTube channel on a day in the life of a medium. I've done some videos on there. That's how I balance my life. Also, my YouTube channel is real questions that people have asked that I can give real answers to, and it's as quick and as to the point as possible. And the things that I'm sharing on my YouTube channel are the things that, so many questions that people have asked that they really need to know the answers from. And my passion is being a teacher, so that what actually changed in me was sharing that passion in a far more sympathetic way